Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I'm making a birthday card using distress inks, watercolor paper, and some bling. I'm making this birthday card for what I consider a very good friend of mine that I've never met and I've never spoken to personally. This card is for Joan and it's her birthday coming up. Now I use this Recollections cardstock box card set that comes with envelopes and everything, and I'm going to cut it down to just slightly bigger than an A2 size card. I loved that green. It's so bright and cheery. This is a 140-pound watercolor paint that I used the Lawn Fawn die set to cut out with, and it's got stitching around the edge of it, and I really like that design of that die cut there. I thought that would be cute for this card. Now I got my inspiration from a video that I just watched from Christina Werner. And so I'm going to give that a go. I have done this before, and I do like this technique quite a bit. I don't know why I don't do it more often, but I do like it. And I'm using spun sugar, mowed lawn, worn lipstick, and mustard seed. Just making sure that that is mostly covered. I didn't want it to be fully covered. I wanted to have a little bit of speckle and character to it. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my mat again. I'm only using the mustard seed and the spun sugar for this one. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stamping on that and then die cutting using that Sizzix die cut and stamp set that's there on the right of the screen. Just got to clear off my mat here. I wish they made those mats bigger. I would love to just have one you know, to cover up my whole entire crafting space. That's the die set, and I love these die sets. I found them at Joann's. They were on sale. So I'm using acrylic Heidi Swap archival die ink. It works well on those watercolor papers, and I'm just going to do some random stamping. The one thing that I should have kept in mind here, if you try this technique, is to spread out the flowers a little bit more, because when you lay your dies down on them, it needs room. And a couple of the flowers, I cut off a part of the petal, but I liked how it turned out, and I didn't want to go through the process of, you know, re-inking and all that. So I came up with an idea. I'll show you in a second here. Now I'm going to make this card so that one of the flowers has a little bit of dimension to it. All right, so I'm going to clean off my stamp here and go over to my Big Shot and cut all these out, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and glue on that first layer that I did. This is Tombow mono adhesive. Wanted to make sure I got some in the middle so that it would all lay down nice and flat. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, just love this technique. If you had some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, you could put a little bit on that as well. Make it kind of sparkly. So that's the one I'm going to go ahead and pop up. But first I've decided to ink the edges. Gives it a lot more definition on those flowers than it kind of just blending in with the other colors that are on that watercolor paper. I'm saying color a lot, aren't I? So by inking up those edges, it's not kind of just blending in all together, and it just looks really pretty. I could have done one in pink, like maybe the worn lipstick, because that's a real bright pink. All right, pop that up. And then I'm going to use glue on the other two. And just take note that I made sure that I put the glue on the tips of the petals so that they would lay flat. And I positioned it in a way that, as I mentioned before, some of the petal, little part of it got cut off in the die. So I'm kind of tucking that under. And and gluing that down flat as well. These are 2 little leaf stamps that I've had forever, ever, 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 ever. I do not know where they came from. I'm a lot of help, aren't I? And I'm just using that Mowed Lawn Distress ink and putting some leaves here and there. I thought that added something special to the card. Now, I got this from Linda Markovich on my Cards TV design team for my Secret Santa, and I love these bling. This bling. It's got pink and blue and yellow and green, and I thought the yellow and the green and the pink were perfect for this card. And I did have a little bit of a hard time getting that open, but I figured it out eventually. And if you want to fast forward through these next couple of minutes, please feel free to do so, because I was having an epic bling moment. I just didn't have it together with the bling here, people. It kept popping off, and I switched tools thinking that my paper piercer would help. Now, set aside the fact that these bling are super tiny, but I was determined. I said, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make this work. So like I said, go ahead, fast forward through this if you don't want to watch me struggling with the bling. Now you'll see at the end of this video I took a picture of the final card, or the finished card, because I forgot to put the happy birthday sentiment stamp on the front of it. So I did that, and then I took a picture. So and I'm just putting some up there as well. Now I have a question for you if anybody would like to comment. Do you notice a difference in the lighting of my video? I bought some studio lamps, and Christina from Creations with Christina, I had emailed her because I like the way her videos are done, and she gave me a link to Amazon, and so I bought some different lamps. Now these are not lamps that I can have on all the time because the bulb wattage is like 300, so it gets really hot, and it's very bright. But I think I'm gonna have to break down and get myself an actual video camera that includes the light with it. I'm taking this very seriously, folks. I've got to make an investment. To me, it looks yellow, and that bothers me. I need it to be nice and crisp. So any advice I will take. All right, so this is a very cool stamp set I bought. It's a Fisker stamp set, and I've had this for a couple of years. Some of the sayings, if you want to stop the camera here and just look at it, are hilarious. But I found this really nice one for Joan. And it says, I'll read it in case you guys don't have a minute. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. And that's by Abraham Lincoln. And that is my card. And happy birthday, Joan. I hope you have a fantastic day.